Good morning. It is, I think it's like 8:48 or so, 8:46. Anyway, I got about 12 more minutes left on my walk. So, oops, sorry. Wanted to make this video because it just came to me. There's nothing wrong with taking time for yourself, whatever your morning routine is. If your time is to, I don't know, just be quiet, or the audio or the music you like to listen to help get your day started is on YouTube. And so there's nothing wrong with filling yourself up in the morning. Matter of fact, I encourage it. But I noticed that I caught myself really just listening to YouTube, because listening to I would call it a more educational video on YouTube. I got a part of me, y'all, how I look at the camera is just different when I hold it this way versus this way. So I'd relatively call it an educational video, because Ace the OG, he's like my new dude. I like listening to him. He was talking about money and how he's basically just had to learn how to establish boundaries when it comes to lending people money or giving people money, which is not a bad thing, right? That's smart. But if I'm gonna be honest, y'all, I've listened to that video more than 3 times. Hold on. Good morning. I am probably gonna cut that part out. The gentleman picking up his dog's boo-boo. But anyway, but yeah, I've seen that video more than 3 times. And there's something about, for me, YouTube, it's become a huge comfort for me. I ain't even gonna front. And so I caught myself like, Cherie, you told yourself that you wanted to post more consistently this year. So this is fine to listen to, but why don't you just maximize on your time and just record a video? Matter of fact, do what Ace the OG is doing and just record yourself while you're working out. So this is me, y'all, working out in my neighborhood. I'm not doing a super intense workout as of now. I might go to the gym later on today, but right now it's just me getting some walking in, and I just did my pull-ups on the bar. And that's when I was like, okay, you know what? I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna maximize on my time by recording a video. So if ACOG, if you ever come across this, I appreciate the inspiration. And it helps, like, not to keep the video boring because I'm moving around. But anyway, that's all I wanted to say. Maximize on your time, you guys. Now, granted, I did make a video yesterday saying, well, it was basically just me showing y'all how normal I am, how much of a human being I am. Because the video I made yesterday was me lying down in the bed, sharing with y'all basically like I'm in this weird place of trying to figure out the balance of knowing when and how to rest and knowing when to push through. Like, you have to know, your body can't master you all the time. Sometimes it's very important to listen to your body, and if your body's telling you to, sorry girl, you gotta sit down. You know when you shouldn't argue. But that can be kind of challenging for somebody who is like myself, who doesn't have more of a go. type of attitude. And that's been developed, y'all. I wasn't always like that. But as I've gotten older and I've learned the importance of, just getting things done and that no one else is going to do it for you, that part of myself has been developed. But anyway, you do have to find that balance of knowing when to slow down, when to stop, but also know like your limit. Like, can you really go further? Can you push yourself a little bit further? Is that all the gas you have in the tank? So I did make a video about that yesterday because I was tired, and that was legit. It was me laying on the bed, just like spent, and it wasn't too long after I had worked out. So I don't know if I just just shocked my body, and it was just like, yeah, we need to rest a little bit. But anyway, you do want to maximize on the time that you have, and that's one thing that I've noticed helped me. And I'll be a little transparent with you guys. At one point, I forgot when it was last year, but I had, well, I'll say like this. I came across something that worked for me. It worked for me really well in terms of just routine. And I think what ended up happening was something in life that totally threw me off guard happened. But anyway, I'm not even going to say that. What ended up happening was I fell off. I could go into what happened, but I don't think I'm going to do that right now. But long story short, there's such a thing as time blocking. And what I was doing was working. And something happened, and I allowed myself to fall off track. And so I've learned, said all that to say is that I've learned maximizing on your time doesn't always look like an hour for this, an hour for this, and an hour for that, an hour for that. It could just mean 5 minutes of this, 30 minutes for that, 45 minutes for that. You know what I mean? And this book that I'm reading right now called No Excuses, it talks about that. Like, when you find, it's also called time blocking. When you know how to carve out blocks of time for yourself to get things done, but when you sticking to that is the thing. That is the most productive way and most efficient way to maximize on your time and to get things done. It's a reason why there's a saying that people in the military get way more things done before 6 p.m., 8 a.m. or 6 a.m. than the average person. Is because they're regimented. They are on a surefire system. And, the military will make you become disciplined if you're not. So they're trained and conditioned to stick to that system. That's why they're so productive. So, yeah, I wanted to make that video to act on what I'm talking about. But I do hope that this encourages somebody. This is life, you guys. This is life. And let Ace, go check Ace the OG's channel out. He's just a regular dude, but he's a smart dude. Honorable guy, has served in the military. He's an everyday dude that has a family, but he knows the importance of business and having something of your own and just establishing something for yourself, legacy, being smart with money, all of that stuff. And I like the name of his channel really lives up to how he comes across. Ace the OG. He's not even that old to me. I think he's only 47. But it's very evident he has a lot of wisdom to share. So I encourage you to go over to his channel, check his channel out. And I would check him out sooner rather than later, because, you know, I'm sure there are some people who respond when you leave a comment or write them an email or whatnot. But ACOG, he's done like all three. I've liked, I've commented, he's responded. I want to say he's responded to, yeah, all three of them. And I sent him an email and he responded back. So hit him up now before he gets too big and he can't keep track. So I love you guys. It is Tuesday, January 27th, 2026, as of the recording of this video. So we still pretty brand new in the year. I love y'all. Encourage you guys to just go for whatever the Lord is telling you to go for this year. And I'm not even talking about like super gargantuan, like grandiose dreams and stuff. The Lord might be calling you into a season of rest this year. He might be calling you into a slower pace. Whatever God is calling you to, I want to encourage you to just yield to it and be obedient. Because I do believe that even though we may not like it all the time, it's the best thing for us. So I love y'all. Go ahead, subscribe, like, and comment. Just be respectful if you do comment. And I'll see you in the next one.